Hey everyone, welcome back to the Genuine Chat series right here on the Reignited podcast. I'm your host, Jen, and I have my lovely co-host,
Sam.
So today we're talking about transitioning seasons, and this is going to be a really good episode.
Yes.
Because we're going to be talking a little bit about our experiences as well recently with transitioning different seasons, whether it's talking about starting back to school, like Sam is going to be starting back to school, or your kids starting back to school, or just transitioning into different seasons in your life, whether it's, you're starting a new job or you're starting a podcast or something fun, whatever that is. But we wanted to talk about it. So let's get started.
I will kick it off with me transitioning my season into getting ready to go back to school on the 24th, which is crazy because it's August and I cannot believe that I am literally going back to school in a couple weeks.
It's crazy. It went by so fast.
It did.
It
did go.
Flew.
I feel like I barely did anything this summer too, and it already flew by. And then coming up on the 16th, we have the Meet the Teacher night for Baby J, which is always so much fun because they always have like a petting zoo, and I can't get that kid to leave. And
they have a petting zoo.
They
Meet
do.
The Teacher.
It's so cute, and the kids they get to play like on the playground and show you like what they do during the day and what their curriculum's gonna be.
Do they have the pets in? I'm just curious. Do they have the pets
inside? They're like in a cage.
Oh, okay. Like inside the actual preschool, or is it outside?
It's outside the preschool.
Okay, well,
so around the preschool, they have it like chained off, and then the animals are confined, of course. Last week they did like a reptile show at preschool. Well, technically it wasn't preschool. It's just like their summer fun days.
Yeah.
And we cannot get Baby J to get over his fear of bees, which are actually flies. But he touched a 35-foot yellow python last week.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I have no idea. And then he wanted to bring the tortoise home, but that's beside the point. That's a tangent. So I am trying to transition into getting him out of the mentality of, okay, you're not going to go outside and play in the water and play with your friends and do fun things. Like, now you have to get back to your ABCs, your numbers, writing your name. And then that's also transitioning for me into me going to school and having a slightly different work schedule. And I'm trying to mentally prepare myself, physically prepare myself, and just, I already started transitioning like his summer clothes into his fall clothes, trying to get his bigger size, make sure he has his school clothes and his gym shoes. So that's kind of where we're at. And I know you guys are about to start a huge transitioning season right now. So take it away.
All right. So yes. So for those of you that don't know, I have 4 children. My oldest is 16. My youngest is 6. And we've been doing homeschool for the past 2 years because of the pandemic that kicked off. And then 2 is because my husband spent basically the end of 2021 all the way to the end of 2022 deployed. So we felt it was just best to keep the kids homeschool, especially with my work schedule and everything I had going on. So we have officially transitioned back into public school. So my kids are going back to school, which homeschool was just a temporary thing anyway for us. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I am very much ready.
This is going to be good for everybody. It's going to be good for you. It's going to be good for the fur babies. It's going to be great for the kids.
They do. They miss the social interaction. Like, they still have their friends in the neighborhood and they still got to play and they still, had that interaction, but they were so missing that from their friends in school, especially my older boys, because they're in high school. So they were really missing that. So anyways, but that's a huge transition. So we just got them re-registered for school.
Yay.
They start here in a few weeks. So we're going to be getting doing school supply shopping and getting them squared away. But yeah, that's like a huge transition for us just as a family in general. And then there's just so many other transitions that we've gone through, not only as a family with my husband coming home from deployment, but he was just gone again for his annual training. So he was gone for a few weeks and he just came back from that. So that's always a transition anytime he leaves and then comes home. And for me, I'm huge on like transitioning my house for like the different seasons as well. Like when knowing my kids are going back to school and getting everything deep cleaned and doing what we call spring cleaning, but doing it in the summertime, and preparing for fall. Like that's huge for me, getting the kids, like you said, purging like clothes, getting new clothes.
I didn't even think
Going
about
through.
school supplies when you brought it up. I'm sitting here like,
Yeah, that's a whole
okay,
thing.
I think I have everything. I'm like, well, I guess I got to go to Target now.
Yeah, school supplies. That's a thing. Like we still had to get school supplies and stuff for homeschool, but it was very minimal.
Yeah.
And most of the time, our school supplies from the previous year, we were able to use again, or we had leftovers. Now it's each individual child has a totally different
Yes.
school supply list and needs. So that's going to be interesting. But the other thing is transitioning in terms of the podcast, transitioning in terms of our mentorship group and everything that we've been doing that launched officially last year. So we're in the month that we launched
Yes.
last year, and it's so exciting, but we've come so far and there's so many different things that we're doing, and it's just so crazy. Like we went from first launching this podcast, not really knowing where it was going to go, to now like we have thousands and thousands of downloads on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. So we just want to thank you, everyone that tunes in, that listens, that likes, that shares the podcast. It means so much to us because we literally, especially me, I put my heart and soul into every podcast episode. Every podcast episode I pray on, like Sam knows, like I pray on every episode that we do and make sure that we're providing good content and things that's going to help you.
Yep.
But also that, we're doing the best that we can do in the women's group, in our Women Reignited mentorship group. And so we're getting pulled in a lot of different directions, but we wouldn't have it any other way. We're so excited about the success and the progress that we've made, but there's still so much to come. You guys, you don't even know the stuff that we're planning. Like
so much.
I mean, some of this stuff has been in the works since last year. Like Passion in Action finally launched. That was a year in the works, like getting everything ready. That required a lot of like work and prayer. And now we're doing collabs. We have so many new things and collaborations coming up with different wonderful
The collabs
ladies.
are going to be cool because you guys will see like there's big surprises where Jen is going to be following one of her passions and her hobbies. I'm following one of my passions and my hobbies. So that's another transition that I need to do is I need to get back into my hobby. So you guys just have to stay tuned, and thank you all so much for all of your
Yes.
love and all of your support from, those that we've met along the journey over the past year, our friends, our family, all the beautiful ladies that we have working alongside of us
Yes, our
in Women
wonderful team.
Reignited. Our team is so great. And, we went to high school with almost all of them except for one. So
Yeah.
that's pretty exciting. So just stay tuned, guys.
Yeah, it's been amazing. But that transition has been amazing. Like coming together with women that we haven't really seen much of over the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Since high school. Well, it's been longer than 10 years for us since high school.
Only been 10 years.
But we'll
Don't tell
just
anybody.
pretend. But no, it's been amazing. The relationships that we've developed, all of the wonderful ladies that have been guests on the podcast that have shared their testimonies.
Yes.
Every single one of them have become our new
I know,
wonderful
I love
friends,
it.
our sisters in Christ. And I'm just beyond grateful, and beyond moved by what Live Reignited has done and how it's touched so many people, and the people that do reach out, or the ladies that are that have been on the podcast sharing their testimonies, what they tell us is just so moving. Like how much it's impacted them and in such a positive way, like the Live Reignited movement. And so, I mean, and we're still growing, we're still getting ourselves out there. But again, we just want to thank you so much because it means so much to us that we have your support and that you do tune in and you actually care about what we have to say.
We love it. And
we
also, while we're reminiscing on this, we are going to insert the picture here of when we first announced last year.
Yes, here it is.
So we have
right
to do
here.
that.
Oh my,
That'll
right
be
in
like
this
here.
right in this space. It is now revamped. Now we have cool new lights and stuff, but
So
this is
pretty.
the original, our original studio from when we first announced the Reignited podcast. And it's just it does makes me a little emotional thinking about it because it's been such an incredible year. There's been so many things that happen though.
It's exciting.
It is, and so many different transitions. Like that was such a huge transition period. And I think that's why I really wanted to touch on it and share all of that now that we're talking about transitioning in seasons. And
I would love to know from all of you, what is one key takeaway over the past year that maybe you've got from any of our episodes? And also, what do you do when you transition seasons? Maybe there's some pointers that you can give other ladies or myself and Jen that maybe can make Jen's transition with the kids, even my transition with me and baby Jay. And I didn't even touch on, my boyfriend, which he needs to change that already. He got a new job. He's in the union now. So that's been a huge transition of seasons for us. So
that's amazing.
Let us know. I want to know what your tips and tricks are and what your key takeaway over the past 365 days has been.
Yeah, that's great. Also, if you need any additional tips or pointers from us, or you're looking for additional help in terms of going through maybe a difficult season and you need some help transitioning into that or transitioning out of that, whatever that looks like, definitely let us know in the comments as well because we would love to be able to help you. And just a reminder, there are tons of free principles and downloadable content on the website if you go to livereignited.com. We'll have the link in the description box below. We always keep all of our links in the description box. We have a link tree, so anything that you're looking for, you'll find in there. Everything from the Women Reignited group to the website to Passion in Action and everything we're doing there. So you can keep up to date on everything that we're doing and launching. But definitely take advantage of the free content because it's very helpful. We have
great.
planners, we have downloadable tools and resources for all areas that cover all of our pillars: faith, fire, career, and passion. So definitely check it out. But we're going to wrap it up here today. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.